So I've been talking a lot about intuition lately, that channel to a higher knowing that we do have access to from time to time. And one of the most personal sources that travels through our intuition to us is what you might call the higher self. And now this higher self isn't something that we look for. It's basically who we are when we stop pretending to be somebody else. The problem is, and the challenges we face, is that the higher self shares the same space with the egocentric identity, who we think we are. And the egocentric identity loves to be in control, loves to protect, loves to fear us out of doing something. And it will drown out that slow, flowing, calm, higher self, intuitive voice any opportunity it gets. You could argue that there's two, in the simplest form, there's two main parts of us: the higher self and the egocentric identity. And a hell of a lot of the time, the ego's the one that's in control. And we get glimpses of that higher self now and then when we attune to our intuition. It's that all-knowing source of truth. And it's who we truly are, behind all the mechanisms of the ego. It's the part of us that can really help us to live in flow, live intuitively, live the life that we truly want. But it's buried deep, and that's because the egocentric identity is very strong. Our society and our conditioning makes it very strong, especially as it's come from childhood, so it's ingrained in us. And the older we get, the harder it can be to overcome, but it's not impossible. It's about being self-aware, checking ourselves, what we say and what we do and what we think and why. But this higher self, this is what we're aiming for. This beautiful part of ourselves, the best version of ourselves. It's the version of us that is calm and serene through chaos, that knows and speaks only the truth, that doesn't need to be defended or approved of. That truly knows who we are and what's right for us. The part of us that lives in unconditional love. It can be so subtle and quiet, and yet it's so strong. Its truth can be so strong, can guide us and direct our lives in such exciting and interesting and adventurous ways. Of course, the ego will try and take control, try and stop it. The ego will often, if you are able to connect with your intuition now and then, your higher self, and it might ask you to make a decision or do something that goes totally against your normal behaviour or against the grain, the ego will jump in, try and stop it. That's what we're up against. But the important thing to remember is we're not reinventing anything here. This is a part of ourselves that's always been there, but we need to bring out. If we do the work to get through the ego, we can bring that out and live in it in full flow and step into our true power all the time. But as I said, the ego takes work to get through it. And the ego doesn't like work. So anything that threatens it, it will stop. It will put you in your comfort zone. It will come out with all the excuses in the book to stop you from working on it, so that you can bring out that higher self and listen to that true voice of guidance. This is just about remembering who we truly are. So what can you do to connect to your higher self? Well, on a shorter term basis, we can get glimpses of it, we can connect with it now, and you probably do. But to perhaps make that more often, or more of a regular occurrence, get yourself in a quiet place, calm your mind, breathe deeply, close your eyes, feel the sensations inside and outside the body, get yourself in nature, connect, and then wait, listen, observe, and see what comes to you. Ask that deep inner part of you, what is it that you know? What is it that you can tell me? What's right at this moment? This is not about trying harder, because that just pushes it away, because that's ego. This is about not trying to be anything at all. So if you really want to connect to your higher self and live in that flow, this is about doing the work. And as I said, the ego will make up every excuse in the book not to do the work. And there's many ways you can do this. But one way I'm working on doing it is through NMA, Neuroplastic Mental Acceleration, which is a linguistics training that challenges the ego in a team of people so that you can see your behaviour, see what your words are, see how you behave and what you say, reflect on it and change it. But it's not for the faint-hearted. So whichever way you can connect to your higher self, I recommend you do it, because after all, isn't that what we're all here for? Isn't that our true purpose? All the challenges we have in life, isn't that to make us a better person? Because what really gets in our way when we're challenged is the ego. What's been conditioned into us, and facing those challenges and overcoming them and stepping into the higher self. Isn't that why we're all here, really? So why not let's do it? Because then we get the life we truly want.